Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to One Piece chapter 1093. But first, let's talk a little bit about 1092. So, 1092 had just pretty clear divide between the first half and the second half. The first half was Kuma attacking Marijua, and then Akainu coming in and trying to stop him. I mean, some guards that the celestial dragons have were trying um, to like restrain him, but of course, Kuma is pretty strong, so he used Ursa's shock, and that's when Akainu showed up. And of course, he's he's as angry as usual, but it's still a pretty damn big deal that he's not in his office. He's been in New Marineford, I'm pretty sure, since the time skip started. So he finally went somewhere else, but of course it was, that the celestial dragons called him up to deal with this problem. So it was only because he was such a, if the celestial dragons say it, then you gotta do it, regardless of your position. Like, fleet admiral is the highest you can get, and even then, I kind of just cannot say no. Otherwise, there will be consequences. Um, so because of the attack, it seems like a supply of food from Marijua dwindled, or at least that's how it's worded here. And then yeah, they want Kuma defeated. And we get Akainu starting to fight with him. And it's just typical Akainu. But yeah, he has definitely the same question as many readers, which is, how the hell are you, doing what you weren't told? Or like, you're not obeying orders when that was supposedly, the the deal for becoming a full android, basically. He shouldn't have any personality or desires or whatever, so either there's like a subconscious part of him that is doing this because that's who he used to be, or it's something that Vegapunk planned all along. But if it is, then I don't feel like Dragon would have reacted as surprised or like, like he didn't want Kuma to do this. So I'm stumped. I don't know what the purpose of doing this is, if there is a purpose at all. But yeah, Akainu starts attacking him. Kuma gets magma in the face. And yeah, he still has blood inside of him. And tries to run away from Akainu. And just from the way that from Kuma's face, it almost seems like he can also still feel pain, but it's hard to say. And then we get the flashback with Bonney, which is where we saw her last pre-time skip. And this is interesting. It doesn't matter how much you cry about it, Kuma's consciousness will never return. Volunteer to be a weapon, reborn as a weapon. So it's fairly similar, basically, how Doflamingo explained it to Ivankov during Marineford. And also Ivankov also had a very hard time believing that. So yeah, Kuma becoming a full android, that was not something that either Bonney or most of the revolutionary members were informed of, or just, they just, it was so far out of their belief that just they couldn't think that Kuma would ever do it. But yeah, it is interesting that we get this flashback right here. Like, of course, it was between Akainu and then, Bonney, who is very much related to Kuma. But it's just, I don't know. Is it trying to tell us something about Akainu? I don't know. But yeah, if I feel like it is trying to. Unless, I do think that Akainu, if he really tried, he could have actually tried and chase Kuma and take him down. Like, when Akainu wants to take you down, he will follow you to the ends of the earth. But here he just stood there and kind of just pondered to himself, regardless of what the celestial dragons behind him were, demanding of him. Yeah, they're like, you let him escape and you have the gall to call yourself Fleet Admiral? But Akainu is not listening to any of that. I mean, he doesn't care what they think, really. He's only thinking of where could Kuma be going. So this makes me think maybe Akainu and Kuma have a connection beyond, that Kuma used to be a warlord and Akainu an admiral. So I'm saying beyond that, basically. Because it's interesting that out of all the admirals pre-time skip that could have captured Bonney there, it was Akainu. I don't know. We'll see if there's anything here. But yeah, then maybe there's even some projection from Akainu to Kuma. At the end he's saying, you lost your will, your mind, everything. You're just a damn puppet now. But I mean, maybe he's also saying that to himself, Ever since he became Fleet Admiral, and I would say even before that, but even now it feels more that just the position that Akainu gets put in, he has way less freedom to do whatever it is he wants. During post Dressrosa, when he was talking to the elders, but he was yelling at the elders, the Gorosei, because he had no idea that they had changed the newspaper so that it would seem that Doflamingo had stopped being a warlord, and then they changed it back later. And Akainu was never informed of that, so that once again makes him feel less at control and just something that the celestial dragons just manipulate at will and just use as a tool for their own means, rather than him just choosing to follow whatever he thinks that absolute justice is. I don't know, maybe, hopefully, we'll explore Akainu through that lenses at some point. Yeah, then we go back to Egghead, and the sea beasts are getting destroyed. And then we see Kizaru versus Luffy in Gear 4th, Snake Man. And yeah, they're both wondering about each other, Kizaru's like, why are you protecting Vegapunk? And Luffy's like, why do you want to kill him? They most definitely do not understand why the other would be doing the thing that they're doing. Then just Kizaru flies away. Well, flies, he more like he lasers himself into the sky. And that's when he answers, it's not like I want to kill him. I've known Vegapunk for a long time, so don't get in my way. Yeah, it's not, nothing personal. If it was really Kizaru's choice, he wouldn't do it, but orders are orders. so he has to follow them, otherwise, you know, I mean, I'm guessing he would stop being admiral, or even be put in an impel down or something. So yeah, I'm curious too about, you know, Kizaru's flexibility, or if there is any, on justice, on what he believes justice is. But yeah, he kicks Luffy pretty far away and basically hits the Vega Force 1, which gets basically like cut in two. Then there's an explosion. Then he goes for this small group that was with Luffy. And he says this to Bonney: "You gotten quite a bit taller, Bonney. Kids these days sure do grow fast." So this could be 50-50 on whether, you know, in regards to Bonney's real age. Maybe he's just being sarcastic. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you were just, you know, like 10 a few years ago. How come you're like in your 20s now?" "Oh, right, because of your fruit." But maybe he's actually being honest. I don't. It's very, very hard to tell with Kizaru. But yeah, like, then he tells her, you know, you should be aiming for Vegapunk, should you not? And then she's like, "No, I realize who the person I should be going after is." And then she tries to attack him with, I don't know what this is, a long, thick cable? But of course it doesn't work. So he kicks her in the back of the head. And then shoots a laser towards her, causing explosion. Then we go up to the lava stratum control room. And then, yeah, everyone realizes what's happened downstairs. And then all of a sudden, Kizaru is already there. Everyone's pretty freaked out, reasonably. And then, boom, out of nowhere, just giant Luffy in Gear 5th appears and grabs Kizaru like a doll. And he looks genuinely concerned or nervous, which is very rare. And yeah, the last few panels of the chapter are focused on the robot that we were told attacked Marijoa like 100 or 200 years ago. And he just said, "An uncanny glint in its eyes." I don't know if it's gonna be relevant right the next chapter, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Could be something big. But yeah, that was everything I wanted to say about 1092. So let's jump into 1093. Oh, it's titled Luffy versus Kizaru. I mean, expected, but you know, you never know with Oda. He could always throw a curveball and you know, just give the spotlight to a completely different character that we were left off at the end of last chapter. We got the chapter cover, which is Helmeppo and Kobe. It says, "Tarsier brothers steal Kobe and Helmeppo's glasses." Wait, Helmeppo's are supposed to be glasses? Those are very interesting glasses. I always just thought they were like some sort of like blindfold, because it doesn't look like he can see anything. But okay. Let's start. She. Luffy! Free as can be. Okay. Damn. Yeah, makes sense though. Like, yeah, with Gear 4, Kizaru was more or less easily keeping up, so he needed to go this high. Well, this is a pickle. Hey now. Luffy's just doing woo. Be gentle. This is so funny. Just because, I mean, Kizaru's not like super serious, but he's not like goofy in this sense, so this is funny. With me. And then just he threw him far away since. Ah, yeah, he went flying. We should use this chance to get out of here. Yeah, leave Kizaru to Luffy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, he threw him far away, but it's Kizaru, so it would take him like a second to come back. Where are you going, Atlas? To the lower stratum. I'm going to override the Pacifista's current objectives. If I don't, we'll be fried by their lasers the second we drop the barrier. Well, Kizaru had the little chip thingy for the authorization. Good thinking. Whoever controls the Pacifista will win this fight, and no one on the island has a higher command and authority status than us, Vegapunks. Just a second, Atlas. I'm coming with you. Huh? You think we're gonna let you go too, old-timer? The whole point is to keep you alive. Yeah, that is true. Vegapunk should not be going. I know, it's just... Frankie-kun, come in. It seems Bonney was knocked down to the lower stratum. Can you confirm? She survived? That's great. Kizaru kicked her face first into the barrier. And yeah. It was not very smart for her to try and attack him. How could a strapping young lad like you let that happen to her? My bad, I'll go help her right away. But the barrier's still up. Hey, this is Sanjay. I want in on the Bonney rescue mission. Of course you do. Second floor of Building A. Vegapunk, I've got everything you asked me to bring aboard. I'll head back to the back exit. Let's all rendezvous there. Meanwhile, on the Fabris stratum down below. Yeah, stray away from the city center. Jewelry Bonney must be close by. Be on guard, she could be hiding anywhere. Oh, yeah, she already turned a bunch of Marines into kids and old people. If you're careless, she'll aim to warp you. Son of a... Where did that whippersnapper run off to? Blast her to bits! Damn it. We've spotted Sentomaru. He's been burned to a crisp. I would not... Is that how you would describe that? At least he's not turning to ashes. Sentomaru. Oh? What? A flashback of her actually when she dropped down into the... Okay. Sentomaru. Bonney, get out of here. The Marines are coming. Oh, he caught her. Sentomaru. What should I do? Can I hide until the heat dies down? I don't know. You should probably wait until someone from up there picks you up. Lava stratum. Oh, Zoro, you guys are really going at it down there. Are we finally going to see Zoro look at Luffy in this form? Need a hand? You just focused on Kizaru. Damn, he's not even looking at Luffy. That's what I want. Because, you know, everyone, I just want him to have the reaction of everyone just going, woo, and their eyes go outside of their skull. But okay. He's fighting Lucci here. Let's see. If this is the best he's got, it shouldn't fall to the captain to handle him. Hey, is that so? Then I suppose the head of an emperor's number second is still a decent consolation prize. Okay, so Lucci now is in awakening form. And Zoro does seem to be keeping up with him fairly easily. At this rate, I'm gonna take a dip in the ocean. He does not look unconcerned enough about that. What the hell is he doing? Is he... What? What did he just... Okay. right before he touched the water, he just went Yasaka ni no Magatama, and then turned into light. But I don't know how that helped him. I don't know. I feel like something in this panel is not explaining this in the best way. But yeah, he turned into little light bulbs, which is what that attack does. And I'm guessing that's how he came back. Interesting. I don't think we've ever seen him do that before. But yeah, and then all the little balls of light became different, you know. Kizaru basically used a Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. But yeah, Luffy is just doing the what the with his eyes coming out of his skull. Ame no Murakumo. Oh, okay, he's using the light sword. Whoa! That hurt. Gomu Gomu no Booming Dawn Whip. Right, he has different attack names when he's in Gear 5th. Booming Dawn. I like that. I do wonder, because it's really hard to say sometimes whether he's using Haki in Gear 5th, or if it's because he's just in Gear 5th, he can touch Logia or just, you know, make use of what he would need Haki for instead. But because, you know, imagination, he can just touch Kizaru because he wants to, because he can, I don't know. More Holo Ghosts? Which one's the real one? Oh. This is really cool looking though. Just a bunch of Kizaru chasing Luffy. Gotcha. Gomu Gomu no Booming Dawn Stamp. Oh, actually there is, I don't know if it's, it confuses me. It might be the shading, or it could be also armament Haki. But regardless, it worked. Did I take out the real one too? Yeah. No way, he's back there. Oh my god. Yeah, he got me. Man, Luffy, be quicker. Luffy. How strange. Vegapunk's not here. Huh? Hold on, let me in, Vegapunk. What's gotten into you? You look like you're gonna burst a blood vessel. Vegatank number 8. Vegapunk is going with Atlas, I'm guessing down below. And Sanji's trying to tag along, but yeah, they're not opening this thing for him. You know good Marine Brigands, don't you dare lay a finger on her. Hang on, Bonney, I'm coming. I'll be damned if I stand by what? I'll be damned if I stand by while a little girl gets murdered. A little girl once again. First, Saint J. Garcia called her a little girl, and now Vegapunk. I mean, Vegapunk is also fairly old. What is he supposed to be, like in his 60s? So, you know, if she's an adult, she could still be a little girl in his eyes, but interesting that, once again, that's what she's called. Apple Gramps, don't go down, you're gonna get yourself killed. And where do you think you're going, Vegapunk? Ah, shit, he's charging a laser to shoot at Vegapunk. Oh, but Luffy is standing in front of Kizaru. What? Wow, my eyes, it's so hot! Did he just take a laser right in the face? Or was he just, because he's looking at him, charge it? I'm tagging along. Oh shit, Frankie's coming in too. Lilith, use General Frankie to get the ship out of danger. Okie dokie. Egghead port. Urgent update. Dr. Vegapunk is attempting to leave the lava stratum and head down. I'm standing by to deactivate the frontier dome. We can resettle it in a jiffy right after they pass. All Pacifista units, come in. This is an override command from Vegapunk. Your new mission is to eradicate every last marine on the island. And that's the end of the chapter. Chapter 1093, end. And there's a break next week. Man, okay. Are the tides about to turn? Turn? In the direction of who? I'm gonna guess the Straw Hat team? Okay. So I still like that even with Luffy being on Gear 5th, it wasn't, it's not like he overpowered Kizaru and was like, an easy fight and just beat him in one chapter. That would be pretty damn underwhelming. I'm glad that Oda is giving, Kizaru the respect in regards to his strength. Like, I'm not a power scaler, but it would just feel wrong, for one of the OG admirals to just be shrugged off like nothing. But yeah, Luffy's doing everything he can, but Kizaru has some really neat tricks with his Devil Sword, as he can make light doubles. And so he kept Luffy occupied for a bit while he went and tried to kill Usopp. Also, just this situation just makes me, a little bit, just the tiniest bit annoyed that we're I don't know, like over 500 chapters into the time skip, and like less than half of the Straw Hats know Haki, or we've seen him like actually train with it and use it effectively in combat, like more than once. Like there was that one time with Usopp in Dressrosa, but like he had no idea that's what he did, so he never tried to like train with it and polish it. But yeah, Brook, Nami, which are the ones that are here next to Kizaru and Usopp, they should be able to use Haki in some way. Like that would be pretty damn useful, but somehow they just don't know how to use it, or they're not interested at all. Like I've always found that a little weird. Like yeah, they're not like main fighters, but it's something for situations like this one, where it could come in handy for just a quick moment. Even if they can't like go toe to toe with someone like Kizaru, they can still get Usopp out of this very precarious situation. But yeah, Vegapunk really changed his gears, and metaphorical, because Luffy is the only one who can use gears. But he seems pretty serious about going down to help Bonney down there and bring her back. Which is, I think, like the first time we ever see Vegapunk acting like this. Like it's something that he has to do. Doesn't matter whether that, everyone down there is waiting for him to do that and kill him. Which, if he dies, imagine if Oda actually goes through with it and Vegapunk dies. That would be quite the bold move. Because, Vegapunk can still die. After all, we have more than one. So I don't think he'll go that route, but I'm just putting it out there. Then it is interesting that in the last panel we see Saint J. Garcia, and I think he has his eyes closed. So I wonder if he has, something to like counter all the pacifistas that are going to attack the marine ships, or which he's in one right now. So, and depending on whether he's a devil fruit user or not, that's not very clear. He probably is better just getting out of the ships. Maybe we could have, say, Jay Garcia actually setting foot on the island. But yeah, some fun stuff with Gear 5th. But mostly I was curious about, the whole Vegapunk stuff at the end. And it's interesting too that Lucci and Zoro fight. I wonder how that's going to go. I guess it's just gonna be something that I hope not. That Zoro just has a pretty straightforward fight with Lucci, and then Lucci loses, and that's it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm starting to lose faith little by little in regards to Lucci's character. He seemed like there could be something that could be done with him to like improve and give him complexity, but yeah, I don't know. And then we had Sentomaru being the MVP with catching Bonney as she was falling. And it seems like she genuinely does care about him, because I'm guessing they do know each other since when they were little. Not too much, but just enough that she would feel bad for him, that he went out of his way to do that while he was still pretty injured. But yeah, this was my reaction to One Piece 1093. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.